Уважаемые участники,
Dear participants of the extended meeting of the Chamber of Commerce and Industry of the Republic of Bashkortostan, we are giving the floor to the head of the Republic of Bashkortostan, Radi Habirov. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. Good afternoon, dear Mr. Hakimov. I am happy to be here today at the meeting of your council. I am sincere talking this because I think that the CCI of the Republic of Bashkortostan is one of the key and most effective tools of the Republic of Bashkortostan in terms of economy. I have a speech, so I would like to briefly and generally point out the results of our mutual work. You see that the work with organizations, the economy, is one of the vital directions of our job. We have investment hours and industrial hours. We regularly see each other, Mr. Hakimov. Mr. Hakimov is also a regular member. He is an active participant of the conversation and represents the CCI. We know it thanks to him. With Mr. Kravtsov, we today said that we are proud of our CCI. And I would like to give the highest grade to the CCI of the Republic of Bashkortostan, both in qualitative and quantitative purpose. The point is that we are living in a tough time, and the upcoming time is going to be even more tougher. The business of CCI will have even more crucial effect. Mr. Hakimov and I are working on a mutual project, and due to various reasons, it is difficult for companies to sell their goods. But I believe that we will manage to sort it out. And I guess that we will have more and more goods sold. I assume, and I would like to ask, to remember that it is vital for our companies, existing companies, not to experience problems, at least in terms of support. I want them to feel supported. The cooperation of our companies, especially in the sphere of engineering, are focused on petroleum engineering, and they produce oil extracting equipment and oil handling equipment. And this sphere is now facing a crisis. You have probably paid attention that if we want to sort out such issues, we cooperated with Bashneft, we created a working group, and it is continuously participated by the CCI, Mr. Hakimov, and we discussed the issues of cooperation between Bashneft and companies who are within its business. The same scheme is applied and can be applied in the sphere of Rostech. We created a commission, such a commission for Rostech as well, and we are sorting the issues of markets, of ways of selling their goods and products. The next year, it will be crucial for us to provide our companies with customers, and the economical chains can get disrupted. So I'm asking the CCI to provide their facilitation, inform us, tell us where we have faults and weaknesses, weak points. I will share a secret with you. You know that this year we adopted a program for light industry support, and it was created thanks to the investment policy, investment hours. We found a few suggestions from the CCI, and we managed to introduce a small program. Yes, this year's This year, 150 million of subsidies were provided to companies, and I think thanks to this fact, the industry felt much better. We are preparing such a project, such an investment, such a support measure for other industries as well. In order to make our meeting more fruitful, I am asking you to pay special attention to the struggles, to the issues, problems that may be delivered by the heads of companies. And we assume that upcoming struggles might be even more difficult for us. Still, I hope that we will be able to manage these problems at the earliest stage. Secondly, we are grateful for you, our dear members of the CCI, for being strong, for standing tall. When we faced this outbreak of the coronavirus pandemic, we didn't expect it to be such massive, so massive, so hard, so aggressive. And during the plenary session, we said that when companies and people needed protection tools, CCI was the first one to respond to the needs of the population, and you arranged the sewing of masks and creation of individual protection means. And I communicate with a lot of doctors, and they say that the protection means that you create are of high quality, and they feel comfortable wearing them. They feel secure working in them, and they are really grateful to what you have done. So I'd like to express my gratitude for this, that you gave us a helping hand. You had to sort out a range of difficult issues. You managed to find a source, a raw material for this production. So in the next year, we will face the problem of disposal of these materials. I guess that your CCI showed its best when the most damaged, the most affected layers of the population were struggling, were suffering from the consequences of the pandemic. And I'm very grateful for you to be so responsive. On the other hand, I have figures, but I think you see these figures, you know them. We know that we allocated a lot of money for charity. And we need to keep up with the pace that we have set. And the charity will be in high demand. Also, you may say that we see not only your words, but we see your actions. That's why Mr. Katerin said, acknowledged your contribution. And once the responsibilities of CCI are defined according to the head of the Russian CCI, we must say that you bear this responsibility. Thank you very much for this. Concluding this meeting, I would like once more to express my gratefulness for doing such a good job. We work on the economy. We do not divide people into ours and theirs. We are all on the one side, and I'm grateful for your patriotism. But we have to remember that if we have competitive goods in our republic, we should use this competitiveness, and we should encourage these goods to be sold in our territory. I guess this is the lobbying opportunity for CCI. We should promote our products, we should tell about it, and form a positive image of the goods. it is another important direction. So, dear colleagues, thank you very much for this year, for your hard work, and let's keep on working hard. I'm not going to make you feel bothered with the figures. I outlined in short what I wanted to. I can't promise that in a year we will go back to this 100% of business outcome, but October is pretty promising, and the industry in this year will if the industry reaches 100%, it will be a success. We are facing a tough crisis in terms of the budget. My colleagues really understand what I'm talking about. And if we reinforce our budget, it will be a victory. It's clear that our investment attraction measures will definitely pay back. And I wish your council members, Mr. Sultanov, test more Republic of Bashkortostan rather than other regions. It would be even better. So maybe Mr. Hakimov, you can just tell him off for this. You build good buildings, you create good industrial companies. It is important. Dear colleagues, I met with you, with Mr. Hakimov, and Mr. Hakimov is here witnessing me saying thank you. I hope that we will finish this year in an active state, and I wish you good luck and success and well-being in the next year. And I was already told today, happy upcoming New Year, so the same I wish to you after this difficult year. Me and Mr. Nazarov have a joke. We were talking, and that 2020 we wish it to finish, and Mr. Nazarov said, I am afraid that maybe one day in 2021 we will be sitting naked in the center of nowhere. And I hope that 2021 will be easier for us.
Thank you, Rady. The floor goes to the Prime Minister of the Government of Bashkortostan, Andrei Nazarov. Dear Rady, dear participants of this session, let me give you a warm welcome and congratulate you on the 30th anniversary of the CCI of the Republic of Bashkortostan. On the 27th of November 1990, the CCI of the Republic was created, it was established, and the spectrum and the scope of the CCI has increased drastically. Now, it does not only include the entrepreneurship community and the interests of the businessmen rights. They also have legal drafts, and there are also some other kinds of courts. It was the logical final part of our 30-year backlog of work. And we have recently passed the law which grants additional rights and a special status to the CCI of the Republic. It is a special body for merits. It is not only a law, it is a merit. We are awarded for our activity. Each member of the CCI has contributed in it over these years, and the leaders of the CCI were driving this project and generating the ideas. Mr. Hakimov is driving the activity of the CCI not only in the Republic of Bashkortostan, but in Russia on the whole. Sergei Katerin has underlined that it is not just a compliment due to a university, it is commendable. We have 5 business unions here in the CCI, And this union is the senior brother. It was made in Russia, the Russian Federation. And the CCI is the institute of facilitating entrepreneurship and representing and accommodating the business interests. There is an inaccurate word. Still, I worked with different segments, and that is why I have a chance to estimate it. It is more preferable for the government to work with the state-owned companies. Although not all the leaders are obeying the rules, still it is much easier. As for private business, it has its own opinion, its own attitude, interests, and strategy. Thus, our approach towards the negotiations is to be meticulous. We have the common goal, I mean the promotion of the state economy development, and still the unpredictable pretext emerges, and it is hard to streamline our relations. For this reason, we do not need intermediaries. This word is inaccurate, which has another hue. We need an interpreter who interprets it from the incorrect language to the through the correct language to the incorrect one. We should translate it into the business language. And the CCI is the venue where we understand each other simultaneously. In this regard, the CCI is the commendable interpreter. Now, in the era of the pandemic, we are outlining new solutions and new approaches to the situation. As Radi has already mentioned, we necessitated the organization of supply and supportive measures, which are state-owned. And these two sets which we developed and enacted, the CCI has contributed to it. It maybe it was the core contribution. Now we are launching the third set. We are now elaborating it, and we are eager to present it. And the CCI has contributed to it. It has implemented some offers which we accommodate. Our republic faces great challenges. The core issue which we would like to achieve, despite the pandemic which has distracted us, we would like to achieve high-speed economy in order to catch up with the past results. It is a little bit lower compared to other territories. Thus, we are leaders in the Russian Federation in certain positions. Still, we would like to be absolute leaders, and we have, and it is rationalized, it is substantiated. And economic subjects and entrepreneurs may believe in it, and in order to increase the velocity and the lead Bashkortostan to the major positions. And we speak the same language. We understand one another, thanks to the CCI. Let me thank you for the previous working experience, and let us convene this platform in the CCI and in the events organized by the CCI. And one of these events is the International Business Week, which has contributed to it. We are also agreeing upon the approaches we necessitate. Let us notch up 35 years of the CCI. We are occupying the position in the first 5 regions of the Russian Federation. If you don't believe us, please do it. Thank you. We congratulate you. Andrei, thank you. Dear participants of this session, now the president of the CCI, the Russian Federation, is congratulating us. Let us listen to Sergei Katerin on the screen. He's on the screen. Dear colleagues, dear friends, on behalf of the Russian CCI, on our system, and on myself, let me congratulate all the entrepreneurs of Bashkortostan, all the members of the CCI of Bashkortostan, the employees. Let me congratulate you on the day of inception of the CCI of Bashkortostan. Now it is one of the most powerful chambers in Russia, not only in Povolsky district. This date is a celebration. It is not only a celebration for the Bashkir CCI, it is the festival of our entire system. We are happy to have such a record of achievements of the CCI. We are very happy to have such a group of people who are united with the same goal. We understand one another, between the members of the CCI understand one another, and there is also mutual understanding with the government and the authority of the Republic, and we realize where we should move in the future. We do not only have a large number of members, we also provide sought-after services to the enterprises. It is business-oriented, and it is one of the key achievements of the chamber. Taking advantage of this opportunity, let me express my gratitude to Radi Habirov, the head of the Republic, and other counterparts who promote the chamber's operations. Today, the most advanced law was enacted. Over 20 regions have legal acts. Still, the law which was adopted today is the most cutting-edge law. It provides vast potential, and it also incurs responsibility for the CCI. Let me congratulate you on this significant watershed event. Please take care of yourself and stay well. The floor goes to the president of the CCI of Bashkortostan, Timur Hakimov. Thank you. Members of the council, we're delighted that the expanded session coincides with the International Business Week, where we deal with the problems of entrepreneurship. We present you the brief report about the Chamber's activity in 2020. Here we can show you the key indicators. Let me underscore that our Chamber occupied the first place in terms of the new members, the number of new members. Despite the pandemic, this takeaway was unexpected. Let me thank the authorities of the Republic of Bashkortostan. Thank you for supporting us. As for our chief activity, it is international regional cooperation. We have accommodated 22 foreign delegations till March. We have carried out 40 international meetings. We managed to go to Turkey, to Romania, to Moldova, to Uzbekistan. And we also accommodated the key European investors in line with the means of protection. And we established a branch in Turkey. We conducted the advising measures in different areas, and now we are switching to digital services. As for the agreements signed, the Council of Turkey handles lots of enterprises, and we are currently interacting with them. We are proud of the agreements. It is the only agreement in the Russian Federation. WIG-Smith, International Institute of Standards of Islamic Countries of Turkey. Let me dwell upon it. What does it provide us with? The World Organization accommodating 30 countries, and Russia is the observer country, and it provided us with all the standards and norms of halal. It will allow us to foster the products of our region for export. All the halal certificates are unprecedentedly given to us free of charge. We are planning to make all the entrepreneurs the members of the CCI. We also accommodate, we consider the era in which we are living, and we launched the Department of International Relations on the basis of the CCI. We used to communicate with international delegations before the pandemic on a weekly basis, and we would like them to cooperate with the Chamber of the Russian Federation. We are also creating digital portals. Our core mission was aimed at looking for employees and openings. Today, by now, I have received more than 4,000 applications for searching for employees, namely our agrarian workers, our builders, thanks to our digital system. There is a button for those who are looking for employees and for those who are eager to be employed. And there are also some openings for students and graduates. The applications are processed in this system. It is absolutely free of charge, unlike our HR agencies. The most responsible issue is accompanying the investment projects. We are interacting with the Ministry of Industry in the Russian Federation. Our export council hasn't decided to provide the benefits for loans. Still, the certificates and expertise agreements is one of our key functions. Right. Let me highlight that the certificates which were granted for export goods have a large number. We have 13 more certificates than we used to in 2013. We also grant the certificates for public procurement, and we're increasing the number of certificates in order to get the supportive measures. It is required by the law. Only 42 trade chambers are granted certificates, and we have this chance, and we provide the services to neighboring regions. For supporting the entrepreneurs, we conducted addressed target advisory programs and the School of Medium-Sized Entrepreneurship in programs in different schools. In the past, we trained a few people, and now we train 300 people. And the CCI of the Republic of Bashkortostan is the only organization which has a license on business trainings, which also take place in Moscow. We also provide over 300 services and establish something new. In 2020, we launched the new service in the branches of the Republic. It takes 25 or 30 minutes to make the electronic signature and to establish the business and to become the ready-made entrepreneur with the company. In 2021, we are going to apply for the CCI of Germany. Another important work which was conducted, it was dedicated to contingency plans and hazards. Our service handled over 18,000 calls, and we provided 200 conclusions about force majeure events. And thus, the contracts are worth 18 billion rubles, and they are free of charge, and it is our savings. The total aggregate outreach of participants includes 3,370 participants, and it was the International Urban Forum of the Republic of Bashkortostan. We were acting as operators. It was the first Russian offline forum which was conducted here, and it raised interests, and I highlighted, and let me highlight that the Republic of Bashkortostan is occupying the leading positions in all the areas. This CCI also provides charitable services to kids. Let me express my gratitude to all the members of the CCI and to the entrepreneurs, because they consolidated their efforts despite being in the hard situation. And they managed to purchase everything at the cost of our CCI members. We have already mentioned the law about the CCI. It was the direction of Vladimir Putin, the president of the Russian Federation, and the State Duma enacted the law on the 27th of November 2020. Now the CCI is entitled to support the business. And thank you, dear representatives, and the government also managed to accommodate our interests. And this law was enacted unanimously. It is one of the most leading edge laws right now. Our plans include establishing the fourth department of the CCI. We get lots of applications, and we are forced to send our representatives from different countries, from different cities there. We are also dealing with self-employed in Bashkortostan. We input our identification code in the repository, in the database. We realize what we can buy. Let me also highlight the Center of Family Entrepreneurship and being part of top 10 regions 2021. It was the idea of Bashkortostan. It was anticipated by the CCI of the Russian Federation, and also Sergei approved it, and it was also endorsed by Vladimir Putin, and now it has the project status. And we are also responsible for raising funds and for reinforcing collaboration with Russian and foreign companies. Thank you, Timur. Dear participants of the session, for the contribution and for reinforcing the links and for strengthening the CCI of Bashkortostan, we would like to award the companies of the Republic, the members of the CCI of Bashkortostan. In order to carry out this procedure, let us invite Radik Birov. The charter is given to Tatiana Kuznetsova. The head of department is working in the CCI of Bashkortostan since the point of inception of the CCI. She is the head of the Department of Expertise and Certification. She is carrying out the state functions in this domain. We'd also like to award Alexander Kuleshov, the head of the Department of Legislation, who is dealing the hazards during the pandemic. He was the head of the call center aimed at consulting the entrepreneurs. Let us express our gratitude to Elena Artemova, who is the vice president of the CCI of Bashkortostan. Irina Grakmanova, the head of department. Thank you, Radi. Thank you, dear participants of this session. Due to our time limit, the head of the Republic of Bashkortostan is leaving our session. Radi is leaving us due to his schedule, which is fairly bulky, which is truly bulky. The CCI of the Russian Federation and its president, Sergei Kadyrin, grant us an opportunity to award the diploma of the Golden Mercury Premier, the best exporter in the area of industrial manufacturing of our motor unity. The diploma is awarded to Evgeny Semirichenko. We'd also like to award Golden Mercury in the scientific and project center of geologic and of wells. Would like to award Ilyas Solarov, the head of the company administration. Sorry, I'm in the area of exploration wells. We would also like to give the certificate of merit to Ivan Lelin, who is the head of department for high level productivity. Let us also award Bikmukhamedova, the leading expert Guzel Kutlugidina, the leading expert, is awarded. Thank you, Timur. In order to carry out the awarding procedure, the Minister of Energy and Innovation is invited. Alexander Shindaev, the floor is yours. The certificate of merit in the area of energy and innovation in the Republic of Bashkortostan is given to Elnur Akolov, the Vice President of the CCI, the Republic of Bashkortostan. Angelina Alexandrova is awarded, who is the Vice President of the CCI of Bashkortostan. Let us express our gratitude to Elena Latipova, the Vice Head of Department. This is on behalf of the Ministry of Energy. We also award the team of the CCI of Bashkortostan. We would like to award Timur Kakimov. Thank you, Alexandra. Let me give the floor to Rail Pakradimov, the Director General of the plant of plastic devices and who's the head of Council of Bashkortostan. Let me congratulate you on our session and remind you that the system of CCIs is the only internationally renowned business in the whole world. Thus, I congratulate all the members of the CCI. Let us move on to our working part of the extended meeting. It is a collegial body for controlling of the functions of the chamber. We have already sent the agenda of our today's session. Additionally, we will not voice it once again. Our forum does take place today. The report indicating the results of the CCI's activity of for 2020 has already been voiced, and let us now vote in terms of approving the results of the CCI's activity for 2020. Only the members of the council may vote for it, please. Vote in favor of the report and against the report. No one did. You abstained from it. The takeaways of the CCI performance is approved. Now switch to another item of our today's activity. We are approving the reporting of the CCI and if there are audit responsibility. Those who are in favor of this proposal, please vote for it. And against it. You abstain from it. LLC RDK audit is now an auditor of the CCI. We're also planning to create the isolated branch in Neftechikamsk, where when the demand on certification services is growing, and it is associated with complying with the law of the Russian Federation 2015. In the northern part of the Republic of Bashkortostan, we had to create the isolated branch of Bashkortostan CCI. Now, the individual office is operating in Strelitomak, Belarus. Now it is. You may vote for it. Who is in favor of creating the individual office? Those who are against it, you abstain from it. Yes, and you make this decision unanimously. Thus, the agenda of our session is finished. Thank you for your attention and for your work. Now, you can enter.